Hello and welcome. Goddamn E4 Mafia. Getting sick and tired of these fucking shenanigans. Before anybody asks, it's around in the chamber all the time, 100% of the time. Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my VA road trip, where I dive down and discuss a lot of the intricacies when it comes to Alpha Grooming Company and just Alpha in general. So it's going to be another long one, so grab a drink, sit back and relax, and I hope you enjoy. I can't talk tonight. Fuck. Damn it. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe. I don't know where it's at. I'm new here. Make sure you subscribe so that way you can stay up to date with Alpha Grooming Company's progress, and then also check out any new content that we release on the spot. Thank you very much and enjoy the video. Fuck it. We're doing it. We're doing it! Filming in the rain. Alright, this is a trial one because my mic is sitting in its mount and it's touching the windshield like this. Granted, it's a I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like RY something. Basically, it means it can't move around. Alright, since I totally brain farted on what I was going to hit on more, I'm sure it'll come back to me later, so I'm going to move on. Quality performing products. Right, this is like a two-part thing. So actually it's kind of like a three-part thing because it kind of goes into why we've been delayed a little bit, but I'm trying to create the most thoughtful, quality performing products that I can. And part of that means I have to dive down and do a metric fuck ton of research, a lot of it centered around chemistry and biology. So I have to understand the composition of these oils, how they perform together, how they perform when exposed to heat, how they perform when exposed to cold. And it's this long drawn out process because, you know, I don't want to put out a shitty product. I don't want to put out something that's going to harm somebody. And people are probably going to be like, oh yeah, you know, it's just oil, you mix it together. Yeah, you know, that has some weight to it, but not a whole lot. I'm not just gonna be that company that just throws shit together and hands it out to you guys. All my stuff is always sourced, tested, and created responsibly. You know, my distributors, they all have certificate of analysis on every product that I have. You know, it's all natural, 100% plant-based, everything. And then I'm working on a 3-year goal to have 100% organic composition. Now, why 3 years? Because some of the stuff that I use is very rare. Or, I don't know if rare is a good word. I think it's harder to source. It's not readily available. So some of the stuff isn't available in an organic composition because it's grown in parts of the world that it may or may not be feasible to grow organically. So what I have to do is I have to do a lot more research and find a distributor that can meet my demands, but at the same time provide the quality of the quality oils necessary to be safe and wholesome for your bodies. So everything that I get is also created in reference to scientific data from, I forget, it's like NMBI or something like that. I'll post a link and I'll show you. Basically, you can punch in any information and pull up scientific studies and peer-reviewed journal publications that show information by scientists about that particular oil or about that particular product. So, which is good because then I can take that information and cross-reference it to my particular mixtures and make sure that I'm making something that's wholesome and something that's going to be well-performing and that has, you know, science and data backed behind it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want just to have something that you threw together that you can't articulate why you did something. I want to be able to understand the science behind it and articulate why I made a particular decision for a particular mixture. Everything that I make I'm testing on myself first, period. I test it for about, at a minimum 5 days before I hand it out to somebody else, especially the butters. So since I can't ship the butters yet because I'll get into that in a minute. I can't ship the butters right now. I'll talk about that in a second. So what I do is I test them for a couple days, and then, obviously when I make a batch, I have more than what I need. So there's a barber shop that I go to, and I give them all the rest of my samples, and I ask them how it performs, how they like it, what they think about it, and I get some direct feedback from that, which is great. It's something that I'm very appreciative for, and I'm sure that they're appreciative because they get some neat products for their beard. When I test this stuff, I'll put it through how does it feel in my hands, how does it perform, how does it hydrate, how does it sit in my beard. I take into account a lot of things, and if I don't like it, I don't let anybody test it. I can't tell you how many times I failed in a formula that I haven't given to anybody. Like there's one that I just made, like 2 days ago, incorporating some new butters, and it just made my beard, that mixture I had made my beard feel so rigid. Like today I put in a different butter, and my beard is so soft and light, but this other one that I just made, it just made it so firm, like I had hair gel in my beard, and I was like, ugh, like who wants to put that in there? So that won't be tested by anybody. That gets thrown basically in the trash. I can't rebatch it. It's made to a particular mixture. It already has the scent in it, so I'm done with it. Can't use it again. So, and part of my guarantee, I'm going to have obviously a satisfaction guarantee, but the composition is I made it so everybody can use it. It's nut-free, it's vegan, it's 100% plant-based. There's no synthetic ingredients, no man-made ingredients. It uses all 100% steam-distilled essential oils for scent. There is nothing. The only man-made part about this product is we took natural 100% plants and we put them in man-made machines to make the product, basically. So that's the only part that's man-made. Everything else, its whole composition is plant-based, and it's got, I gotta punch the numbers, but I have to say a rough estimate, a 70% organic composition. I try to use as much organic materials as possible, because then you aren't running into pesticides, you aren't running into runoff, you aren't running into all this other stuff that could potentially cause a bad reaction with your skin. So, and that would be bad, because I know I wouldn't want that. The last thing I want to talk about with concept operations was transparency, honesty, and integrity. I think this is something that sits well with me, because I don't like a bag being pulled over my head. I don't want to think that I'm buying something just to be lied to and have the numbers reflect differently, So I want to have 100% transparency into what our product contains and to what it does and how we make it and everything like that. And honesty. If I fuck up, or if this company or this business fucks up, we're going to admit it and we're going to make it right 100% of the time, every time. Now, don't get me wrong. The customer can be wrong. And it's my responsibility to make sure that people are well informed and they're set on the right path and they're set up for success. That's my responsibility. And if I fail, then I have to correct that. We're going to be 100% honest with everything. And we're not going to bullshit you, and we're not going to sit here and just throw products at you and all this other nonsense. What we're going to do is we're a lifestyle and we're an ethos first. And we're a company that makes stuff second. Simple as that. Driving and doing this is so hard. I try to be eloquent in the things that I say, and I'm trying to make it happen. Also, we're coming to this bottleneck where a major thoroughfare merges onto the highway, and everybody competes to merge into one lane while getting on the highway, and it's an absolute shit fest. So I'm trying to do 10 things at once, and it's kind of aggravating, but I'm making it work. transparency, honesty, and integrity. All right. So transparency and honesty, I already kind of hit on those a little bit. I want to talk about integrity. So integrity, in my mind, it's doing the right thing even when nobody's looking. So always trying to just be the best, not for image sake, but because that's what you want. And integrity means doing the right thing. This is business-wise. Integrity means doing the right thing, even if it means cutting at your bottom dollar. I will always do the right thing, even if it sacrifices my own pay, even if it sacrifices the well-being of this idea and this whole concept of business and stuff. I'm never gonna make a decision that's gonna question my integrity and to question the ethics of this brand and this whole concept that I'm trying to do. And that's important to me because it's literally what I've been living the past 10 years. You know, you don't take this basically the military doesn't leave you. You have this mindset and it doesn't leave you, and you have just the way that the military has groomed you, it stays with you. And part of that is, you know, they say in the Air Force you have your core values, that, you know, integrity first. I'm never going to jeopardize the integrity of my ambitions here and just the idea behind Alpha, because it just undermines everything. Integrity is probably the whole foundation of this. So what I want to do is not just, you know, create these products that I'm going to stand behind and the mindset behind it, but I'm doing so because at the end of the day, my goal is to help people and to benefit people, to inspire people. And I hope that that's the case, because, you know, in the times where I struggled, you know, in the military, before the military, after the military, you know, I always searched for that inspiration. And that's what I needed most at times, was to dig deep and to find that inspiration. It all came from integrity and being honest with myself on what I need and what my problems are. And I think if I can do that, then right then and there I've succeeded. It doesn't matter about the products, it doesn't matter about Alpha, it doesn't matter about any of this stuff. If I can inspire you to do your best and to strive to accomplish your goals. And sorry if it's getting loud, I just got on the freeway. Let me check my mic. Yeah, hopefully it's not too loud. I'm still getting good readings on my thing. If I can inspire you, it's like, oh, butterfly, oh, squirrel. So if I can inspire you to do the best that you can and to be great and to master your craft and to do these things, that's my number one goal. Done. I've accomplished my mission. Here's a chemistry lesson from Corey right now, right? So I know I'm going to bore you for a second. You have these things, right? You have these butters, and they're, instead of having a particular composition, they have a crystallized composition, and that's how they get their butter-like consistency. So what happens is when you heat them up to a particular temperature, they then become a liquid. But then when you let them return to a colder temperature, they become a solid. But the thing is if you let them return to a solid slowly, they don't go back to their original form 100% of the time. It depends on the butter and it depends on the composition. like how much stearic acid in it, how much palmitic acid is in it, you know, all the stuff that makes a butter. It depends on the quantity that's in there. Sorry, it's getting a little loud. I'm passing a big rig and stuff like that. So so part of that is there's some tricks to doing that, and then how I handle it afterwards, after the fact. So that's your science lesson right there. If you heat it up fast, you got to cool it down fast, plain and simple. So formulating the butters, once I finish that and get it to where it can survive shipment with a little bit of like an ice pack and some insulation or some shit, then we can kind of move forward with testing. That's my number one thing. That's my number one goal at the moment, is to make something that will survive shipment, because I did a trial test with one formulation of butter, and I sent it out without any insulation like a dumbass, and it just completely grenaded in shipment, turned into a hot liquid mess. So to the two guys that I wanted to get your opinion, I apologize for that, and I'm gonna do better next time, I promise. The next thing was heat stress and shipping test. So part of what I was talking about was not only the formulation, but doing a heat stress test. So it's gonna be a while, because before I can ship it out, I want to test it sitting on my porch, getting hot, and then I want to do a short shipment to, you know, someone close by, and then I want to do a long shipment to someone across the country. And then once that all survives, and you know, it can sit inside the mailbox or on the front porch for the rest of the evening, I'll know how it performs, and then I can start kicking it out for testing. So that's that part. My next goal is to get a website built, and then to start bulk ordering supplies for shipping, which I'm almost there. I got tape, some boxes, and some other stuff, but I need like that insulation, and I need the refrigerants or the ice packs and stuff. And then I need a website. I got a URL, but it's parked. Nothing I can do about that. You know, I'm confined by my budget and also by my skill. You know, I can't, you know, I suck at WordPress. I can't create WooCommerce. Like, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing here. So it's learning as I go with that aspect. You know, I've spent the last 6-8 months just grinding and putting stuff together, and before that I was just researching. So from here, you know, I just got to put my best foot forward to accomplish these goals. So this guy's an asshole. He's riding my ass, fucking beaver. Yeah, just go ahead and stare at me, lady. Sorry, I was in the fast lane too long. I couldn't merge over. Fucking cheese dick. What the fuck was up with all the Jeeps driving like assholes today? I don't get it. So not only are we going to do the road trips, but we're going to make a schedule on other little things to do. So maybe do some range sessions when I go to the shooting range, and just talk about stuff and how important shooting is, whatever. Because Alpha is also going to, you know, support these different types of sporting stuff. So like weightlifting and bodybuilding, shooting sports, and you know, firearm stuff, and then, you know, paintball and other, you know, neat stuff like that. You know, those are all things that I intend to do, because they bring me joy, and I know that they bring joy to other people. And if I can, you know, help promote those, that's something that I want to do. But I need to make a schedule on everything that I want to do, so that way it can be released in a timely and orderly fashion, so you guys aren't going, he releases videos every day, he hasn't released a video in 2 days, so what's happening? You know, I don't want to let you guys down. I want to be able to be the anchor for some people to rely on this content, especially if it brings you some sort of added benefit to your life, if it brings you inspiration, if it brings you joy, if it brings you, you know, these things. I want to be able to get it to you out on a regular basis. Nice running that stop sign, fuckface. Oh, except right turn. My bad. Anyway, I also need to make it interesting. So part of generating content is, it's not gonna be red light. It's not gonna be cool to watch if it's not interesting, you know? Like, yeah, anybody can watch some asshole drive down the road and ramble to a camera for an hour. But how do I make it engaging? That, you know, that's something I'm gonna have to learn to do. So please let me know below, this way, whichever way you leave comments, go ahead and just let me know what you guys want to see and how I can make it interesting for you guys, because, you know, I can talk chemistry and biology and compositions and products and all that other bullshit till I'm blue in the face, but, you know, does that benefit you guys? Do you guys find that entertaining? What do you guys want to see? Let me know and I'll make it happen, because I know I wouldn't. I don't watch the channels and the content that I watch because, you know, it's just there to watch. I'll watch it because I either think it's funny, or I think it's entertaining, or I think it's interesting. So let me know and I'll make all those things happen. All right, so we're pulling up to the VA facility. Of course, I gotta go into my appointment and get seen for whatever it is I gotta get seen for. When I'm done here, we're gonna come back. We got a whole other page to talk about right here. Bunches of stuff I want to bring up to you guys. Try to do so in an entertaining manner, and then we'll be back in a snap.